Yo, what's up? Oh, today is going to be one of the most helpful videos you will watch if you're married or you're considering getting married, and that is why does sexual desire change after marriage? All right, man. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, man. Listen, how does sexual desire change and why after marriage? This is going to be a little longer video because I have to explain myself and the reasons behind this. So you might be wondering, okay, man, you got this channel and you're talking about dating advice for older guys, but I'm not dating. I'm in a relationship. I'm in an LTR. I'm married or I'm thinking of getting married. Well, I was married 20 years, so I know a little thing about this. And now I'm single. So I'm doing this video for those guys that are, like I said, in the marriage, thinking of getting married, or they're in a situation where they're more committed. Maybe it's not married, but they're like, oh, we're going to move in together, whatever. So two separate studies have been done on women's sexual desire after 5 years of marriage and men's sexual desire. Okay. So what's interesting is men's sexual desire after 5 years steadily declines. Women's sexual desire after 5 years, it's like off a cliff. And what's wild is how many other studies have shown that the more a woman commits to a man, I'll get to the marriage part because you're probably wondering, well, maybe that's different than moving in together or dating situation. So what's wild is when a woman, the more a man commits to a woman, that desire decreases. So for example, if you've ever seen a 90 Day Fiance, Caesar, the character Caesar, he's a nail technician. He's got this thing with Ukrainian women. Anyways, he paid, I don't know, 10, 15 grand to go to Ukraine to meet a mail order bride, whatever. So he liked this one particular woman and they went on one date. And then the second date, he asked her if she wants to be his girlfriend. Like, fuck, man. Like, by the way, guys, stop doing that. Stop asking these women if they want to be your girlfriend. Don't say, I love you first. This is the thing. The more you commit, the more their desire drops for you. And it's just sad, but true. So in a dating situation, my suggestion is you use what I call the mirroring technique, where you mirror what they're doing. So if they come up to you and say, hey, look, would you like to be my boyfriend? We've been dating for 6 months. What do you think about that? Sure. Some guys would say, no, don't do it that way. But I say, no, mirror where they're going. So if they say they love you first, then be open to saying you love them back. That's what I mean. So this is the crazy thing. It's like as soon as a guy makes that commitment, now they've moved in together, her desire for you changes. I'll have a few more comments about moving in together later. Or they get married and the desire changes. Now, this is the wild thing about these two studies and the marriage part, because you might be thinking, man, you have no idea how many people I know in my network that have been married. This is their first marriage, right? They've been married 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 15 years, whatever. And it's always the same story, especially if they have children, where the wife will say, well, I'm not into sex as much because of the children or depression, or they're just stressed, all these things. Well, what's wild is these studies have disproven all of that after 5 years in a marriage, it's not the kids, it's not, and I have a comment about this in a minute, it's not the kids, it's not stress, it's not depression, it's none of that. And the scientists are kind of baffled on like, well, then why do they not desire the husband? So a couple comments is, first, I feel like living together with a woman is a mistake. The reason is because you have two worlds colliding, right? Two worlds are colliding. For example, what if the woman counts squares And what I mean by that is if she counts the squares on the toilet paper to save money, what if the woman doesn't like your white towels that you use because, or the white sheets that you have on your bed because her makeup gets on it? Or she leaves all her bottles of conditioner and shampoo and all this makeup and all this stuff on your counter, and you don't want that. Or you don't put your dishes away in the sink for like a couple days. I'm going on like on and on and on and on. There's all these little things that start to build resentment in the relationship because the things you're doing are driving you nuts, or you're driving her nuts, and the things she's doing are driving you nuts, and you have these two worlds trying to mesh together, and it's almost impossible. Furniture, for example, there's a lady in my building I spoke to this morning, and she's thinking of dating this guy, but she's like, I'm concerned about us moving in together because this furniture is kind of ugly. Right? This is what I mean. And where I'm at right now, I don't want a woman telling me what to do. I don't want a woman telling me she doesn't like my white towels, she doesn't like my white sheets. Like, fuck that. The best situation is you both have your own places, and then you see each other when you want to see each other, but you can come back to your own place and someone's not telling you what the hell to do in your place. So this 5 years of marriage thing, and women, why they lose the desire, I feel like the annoyances of all these little things that the guy is doing or not doing start to add up. I feel like a lot of men over time, they beta Tization through 1,000 concessions. If you haven't heard that, that's from Rich Cooper and his YouTube channel, Entrepreneurs in Cars. So basically, the guy becomes a beta male over time because the woman keeps testing him, shit tests, little tests, disrespect, whatever, and he loses his masculine frame. So that's the thing. It's after the 5 years, I think a lot of those things, the woman that's an impact on the woman, and she starts to lose the desire. But what the wild thing is, like I said, is that the man's desire stays pretty consistent over the marriage and just a gradual decline. So what do you do about this then? Like, let's say you're in a long-term relationship, maybe you're in a marriage, and what do? Well, obviously there's a few things you can do. Is one, you talk about it. Personally, this is what I'm going to say. The number one thing you need to do is work on yourself. You need to get to the gym. You need to take better care of yourself. You need to watch what you're drinking, watch what you're eating. You need to start wearing cologne. You need to start dressing better because, and this is maybe controversial, but I don't care. This is my YouTube channel. I get to talk about whatever the hell I want. And this has worked. You need to make her a little jealous of you. And I know it's games, but women play these fucking games. So why are you complaining about playing games to your advantage when they play the damn same games on you? Like, I get these comments in my channel all the time of, well, why would you want to be in a relationship? You're playing games. It's all a fucking game. We're all in a matrix, right? All right. So as soon as she sees, holy shit, man, he's spending a lot of time in the gym, he's looking good, he's dressing good, he's smelling good, she's going to think another woman's in the picture. And believe me, her desire for you will change. Also, stop making her a fucking priority in your life. That's what I did in my marriage, and it was a huge mistake. I made her my priority, and now it's like my hobbies. Okay, for example, I had somebody hit me up. This would have been our second date. She's like, hey, I'd like to see you today. This is Sunday. And are you available? And I said, hey, look, today is my day dedicated to my YouTube channel. Let's see each other next week. I know it pissed her off a little bit, but I don't give a shit. I don't need these women in my life. I can get them anytime. So YouTube is a priority, and it's more of a priority than she is. And these women need to understand that, look, your job is a priority, your hobbies are a priority. I understand it's a little different when you have children. I don't have children. But that to her, women love that. They love when the guy makes other things more important to her. It's like a chase, and they love the chase for your attention and your validation. It's crazy. So listen, man, I'll leave you with that. So thanks for watching this long, and that's the thing, is if her desire is diminishing, and now you're in the situation that the couple things you can do just to close it off is work on yourself, make yourself a priority. She's going to get a little jealous. The other thing is you can just walk away. That's what I did. I just had enough because nothing was working and I just walked away. And now that I'm dating, and it sucks, man, because there's a price to pay. And I've talked about that in several of my videos on why men stay in miserable marriages. And basically, they don't want to pay the price, and it's a financial price. So I'll leave you with this. Pay that fucking price for your mental and your physical health. Because at the end of my marriage, before I decided to leave, I was an emotional, mental mess. I wasn't depressed, but I was borderline. I was drinking a lot. I wasn't going to the gym and taking care of myself. And you have to ask yourself, what financial price is worth paying for your mental and your physical health? And man, like, okay, last example is imagine a prisoner who has a 25-year sentence. And his lawyer comes up to him and says, hey, look, I spoke to the other lawyers, the prosecutor, and we can get you out in 5 years. But there's a price to pay. That price is $250,000, let's say. And you're going to pay that for the next 20 years of your life, as an example. How many prisoners would take that deal and say, shit, man, I'm going to be impacted financially for 20 years, but I get out in 5. I don't have to serve 25 fucking years. How many prisoners would take that deal and pay the price for their freedom? So I encourage you, if you're in a shitty marriage, really think twice about yourself. Think twice on, do I want to keep staying in this misery and suffering mentally and physically, or do I pay the price? And I understand it gets more complicated with children, but damn, man, like you have a full life ahead of you. I chose to leave, and it's easier for me to date now at my age than when I was in my 20s. Now the X factor is that I take care of my body, I eat well, I look pretty good. So you have to keep that in mind too. Your dating options will get a lot less if you don't take care of yourself. So anyways, man, let me know what you think. Share your story. And also most importantly, if you want me to cover a video specifically on your story, I'd be happy to do that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.